We have an update from Evanesce, whose vision is to be the global leader in new and innovative technology, creating a truly circular economy, designs, develops, and manufactures sustainable packaging solutions using the latest advancements in material science. Please welcome its founder and CEO, Douglas Horne. Welcome back to the conference, Doug. Tell us your update today.
Great. Well, it's fantastic to be back, and it's happy to provide some additional sort of update on sort of where we're at and sort of a little bit of background for anyone who might not have been in our last session. So, our main technology is a star fiber. It looks and feels like styrofoam, and it's exciting technology for the market. And basically, this technology, can be used for a number of different things, whether that's coffee cups or meat trays, 5-compartment trays, bowls, all of these types of things. And from the customer standpoint, it benefits them in the sense that, it feels and looks much, much sturdier than sort of the paper plate kind of wet molded fiber stuff that's in the market right now. Much more technically advanced, much more, of a superior product. But at a lower cost than that. And so, whether it's a bowl or a cup or, all of these other products, they end up with something that's much, much better for themselves at a lower cost. And so we've been getting some great traction. One of the things that I'm happy to sort of update is, our couple of projects, one with hot cups with one of the largest restaurant chains in the world is going very, very well. Basically we are moving forward with them both in the European Union and a pilot in early 2025 in North America in 10 Canadian restaurants. We also have sort of our other big project, which is meat trays, and we're about to sign an MOU on that to actually get that going. So we're really, really excited about that one as well, and the opportunity that it presents. One of the things that's exciting about our technology is it's oven safe, microwave safe. It ticks all of the boxes for all of these players. The other big update that I have that I think is exciting is we've been able to move down on 5-compartment trays. Trays that look and feel like a styrofoam tray, but basically are much more environmentally friendly and certainly much better than sort of as I said, the paper plate that a lot of them are using. And so we have a major school district in South Carolina that has put forward a purchase order and is looking for delivery early next year, as well as the largest training base for the Army in the United States. And that it uses, literally truckloads and truckloads of these trays every year. So we're excited about getting that moving and getting that moving forward and getting us some revenue from those things as well. Things with many discussions on the licensing front has been going very, very well as well. And I think lastly, before I sort of open things up to questions, I'll give a bit of an update on our financing as well, which has been going very, very well in what it has been sort of a very difficult market for many for a long time. Since I spoke not that many weeks ago, I guess 4 or 5 weeks ago at this point, we've raised another about $2 million that we've closed. And we have firm commitments in place for another couple of $1 million. So of our $12 million offering, we've basically got in-house now more than 7 of that, another basically 2 that's firm, and a couple of larger orders that look like they're going to firm up as well. So anyone that's interested in participating, please reach out to me, and I'm happy to sort of answer any questions that you have, because we hope to close off the round, and it has a hard cap at the 12 fairly soon. So with that, I think I'll open it up to questions to see if anyone has any questions, and we'll go from there.
Great. Yes, we have a question from Amaya asking, what is the process? Do you need to create molds first? And can you walk through the process and cost to the end user?
Sure. So it's for lack of a simpler solution, basically it's like using a waffle iron. So it's a ball of dough that goes into a mold, and the product in the end is the final product. So there's no trimming of it or anything else afterwards, which is much different. And if you look at the wet molded fiber, which is really the competitive technology that's out there, a lot of that material coming out of China, especially. Basically, these are systems that use huge pulping machines, huge pumps, a huge amount of wastewater is produced in that system. So, not only is our product very environmentally friendly at the end, but it uses far less energy, far less water, superior technically, much more stable, much more rigid product in the end, and cheaper as well. So, it's a very simple process. But one that is certainly superior to what's out there right now.
And Ruben asks, are you custom making it for each product?
So each product would have its own mold, but basically, for example, when we make cups, we make, standard sizes of cups. So each one of the cups would have its own set of molds. One of the things that's really good about our machines is it's quite simple. To change from one size cup to another size cup, or from one tray to another tray, or from a cup to a tray. So it's a very simple process in the manufacturing system to be able to do that. And I think one of the other sort of exciting updates that I sort of didn't give is that we're now moving from our Generation 1 machines to our Generation 2 machines, which have significantly additional capacity, but also look like they're decreasing our cost by almost 50%. So it's really, really good innovation that we've been able to achieve in our machines.
Great. And can you talk about that? Devin wants you to estimate the increased cost versus a comparable styrofoam version on a percentage basis.
So on a 12-ounce cup, let's talk about a 12-ounce cup. So basically, a 12-ounce cup in from a production standpoint would cost somewhere in the 1.5 cent range, and would sell for probably somewhere in the 5 to 7 cent range, depending on the volumes that you're buying. The large restaurant chain, for example, has asked us to meet a target of 7 cents with a sustainable cup that meets all of their targets. So that's where they're at. Our original, Generation 1 machines, our production costs on those are about 3.5 to 4 cents, about 3.6 cents, depending on which jurisdiction we make them in and what the energy costs are and those types of things. But on our Generation 2 machines, it looks like we'll get it below 2 cents a cup. So, basically excellent innovation, and actually very close to the price of traditional styrofoam, which is something that from a sustainable packaging standpoint, you don't see a lot in a lot of other materials.
Right. And Slade says, congrats on the financing. What does that do for your top line?
For our cash on hand, or
well, yeah,
obviously, yeah. Sure. It puts the company in a very good position to be able to reach the goals that we set up for ourselves. We've got a number of very, very good projects with very, very large companies in a couple of different sectors. The one I talked about before that's also progressing nicely and looks like we'll move to a thing is in the medical sector. We've been concentrating our efforts right now in food service, but we really see the medical sector as a real opportunity as we go forward as well. And so this additional capital will also allow us to spend a little bit in resources to tackle that as well as we go.
And Kelsey wants to know, who are the customers? Are they manufacturers or co-packers?
So basically, the model that we use in order to roll out quickly is through licensees. So we have a couple of licenses that we're about to sign right now, and basically those licensees will pay for the machines as well, and basically give us a royalty and marketing feedback of 10% of their top line on our material. We do intend to make some products ourselves, but most of it will be through licensees. Those licensees will sell directly to companies, large restaurant chains, basically, coffee shops, schools, military, with the 5-compartment trays. So, every time you sort of see a cup out there, or a tray or a plate or any of these sort of, takeout items that you see, these products can all be made with our material, and and basically, so there's a very large group of customers out there. 5-compartment trays as an example quickly. That's a $26 billion a year vertical in its own. So, each one of these verticals are huge. Meat trays, there's 100 million meat trays used each day in the United States of America. So, these are very, very big markets. And the types of people, we're talking about Cargill and Tyson right now. And basically, these are the large meat packers around the world that could certainly use millions and millions of these trays every year.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for this update, Douglas. We appreciate you being on the conference, and we'll see you again soon with your next update.
Great. Wonderful. Thank you. It was great to be here. And as I say, anyone who's interested, if they could reach out to me, that would be great. Perfect. Thanks so much. Bye now.
Thank you. Okay, everyone, stay with us. We'll be right back.